Pretty good, you?
Good. What are we looking at today?
Um, Winning game, but there's a few opportunities where I almost threw the entire game just from my decision making. It's
Mm-hmm.
something that I've been struggling with.
All right. Full clear. Raptors Krugs. See top's fighting. So you look over. Looks solid. This think you. I mean, he still dies. I think your E was kind of pointless. Yeah, you hit flat. Like
I was trying to dodge his
I understand, but are you? Is this going to kill you?
no.
So what's the point? And are you after? Let's say you kill this guy. Are you running from top to wolves, or are you basing and running from base to wolves?
I believe I base.
Yeah, obviously, because if you look at the line, this is obviously way shorter than this line, right? So you're always
Yeah,
basing. So you could literally lose 80% of your HP. It doesn't matter since you're gonna base and you're gonna regen it all in fountain anyways, right?
right.
So, um, yeah, I think you still kill him, but it actually costs your flash. So I think obviously being able to hold your flash is a big deal, right? I don't think you would have saved kill anyways, but you would have saved your flash. But anyway, I think the gank was good. Besides the 1E, everything else looked good. We're here, doing crab on spawn, get 6. Look for a bot gank, looks good. Seraphim flashed, kill Seraphim, kill Bran. I think you should immediately pull Dragon here. I don't know if you're watching the last session, but one of the rules of League is anytime there's a free objective, you do it. In this case, the objective is free because their bot's dead, and there's
Right.
the strongest advantage in the game, or the strongest like indicator of what's winning, what's losing, is number advantage. In this case, if there's a dragon fight, your bot lane will come to it, their bot lane will not because their bot lane's obviously dead, right? So I think this is not doing this dragon is a pretty big missed opportunity. Make sense?
Yeah, I agree. I was a little nervous with the nocturnal, and I gave him more respect
If
than
you
I
were
think I
like really low here, like for example, let's say like you got chunked to like 10% for some reason, then I would even though we have bot lane advantage, I would still not pull it because even if your bot lane's with you, he just kills you. Like you could have fucking 7 people standing on top of you, but they can't save you from dying to Nocturne with 1 HP, right? But in this case, you weren't that low, so I wouldn't worry about it, you know. But if
okay.
you were really
Yeah.
really low, then I would make sense. I just don't think you were that low. But now we full cleared down. Play for a mid gank. Looks good. Immediately pull the grubs because this. See, this is a good example of pulling objective. That's guaranteed because you killed the mid laner. Good. Our camps. Base for Dawn. Perfect. Back to our Krugs. Besides the small, called Max, I think this is a really solid early game. Play to invade him because we know we're stronger. We have full Dawn. He doesn't. I think you got a bit impatient here. I think you can just keep sitting in this bush. He's gonna walk in eventually, right?
Yeah, I thought he saw me, but I don't think he did. But like in the moment,
I mean, he's definitely sussed
I
out
thought he did.
because he obviously sees this hit him, so he knows that someone hit it, right? So
Right.
he does know you're here. Might not know exactly where you are, but he does know you're in the area because it's not like a ghost hit the squire, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you keep waiting, and if he never walks in, then eventually you'll just start blue, and if he does walk in, then you'll just fight him, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, you finally fight him. He dies. He should die. You have kill ult too, so you should win this fight. I think here you just hit the set. Like you have kill ult. You're gonna. I don't know if I think you're underestimating yourself or you're overestimating the enemies. It could be both. But
I'm
like,
I'm still new to the game, and
mm,
so I- I'm trying to figure out like my
limits.
uh potential
Yeah.
limits. Yeah.
So perfect. So you know the ways to learn your limits.
Is just like, well, I'm like,
It's throwing shit at the
I
wall,
don't want to lose. Yeah.
right?
I get afraid of like losing the game for my team. Like
Mm,
if my team loses the game because because of them, then I don't feel as bad. Like I
yeah.
feel like if I
No, it makes sense, but it's kind of like it's paradoxical because maybe like let's say we're gonna not lose our team in the game here because we're not taking risks, but then you're going to lose your future games by not knowing your limits, right? So it's better to
right,
just get out of the way as fast as possible. Um, and I always say like, when I coach players who don't know limits, I always say play like a psycho, and you will lose more games right now, but in the long run you'll win games, you know. And obviously when you play with the climb, you're always playing in the long run.
true.
Um, so I think you just I mean I know this fight's winning because of my years of playing the game. Obviously, I know I'm not expecting you to know that, but obviously there's times where it's like really obvious. Like let's say you're like 1 HP here, and he's full, then yeah, run. In this case, you're half, he's full. But again, don't forget. I guess if you're new, let's not forget. Now you know there's nothing more OP in League than number advantage. So in this case, you just have a 2v1, right? And the longer you stall, and the longer you don't fight, and if because you didn't fight him, 2v1 went to a 2 for 2, and now the 2 for 2 is losing because you're half and sets 80%. So now it's even numbers, but they have HP advantage, right?
Right.
Um, the tier list of like fights of like strength is like numbers, HP, then like levels, then like items. That's like the strength in fights, right? Um, I guess numbers. This is better to this infinity sign. So that's kind of like the tier list of strength. In this case, you had number advantage. The second Cassidin comes, now now they have the advantage because now it goes to HP, which is next, and now they have HP advantage because again you're simply lower than set at this point, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I think this. If you fought earlier, I think you would have lived and killed Set, but it's still not the worst. Okay, go for another game. Doesn't work out, happens. Base for component, run bot to play for dragon. Thresh died. It's fine because look, Nocturne is too low to pull dragon, so it doesn't really matter. He walked in too far. Nice, good E, good Q. No, not sure if we have to ult, but it's fine. And here, look how you're scared of him, but like, you're both full HP, but like your level. So remember, I said it goes from numbers, then HP, then levels, then items, right? So in this case, numbers it's 1v1, right? On my screen I only see one person, which is myself, and I only see one enemy, so it's 1v1 numbers, right?
Right.
HP is the same. We're both full. So numbers same HP. The next one is levels, and here level 10, level 9. So that's how you know you're stronger. You know, that's why it's almost like a
Right.
foolproof way. It's numbers. If you, for example, if you saw Zoe here, you know it's 2v1, so it's winning. If you saw Seraphine here, then you know it's 2v1 opposite way, it's losing. So numbers is first, then it's HP, and then it's levels. So in this case, numbers even, HP even. Oh, I'm higher level. That means I must win the fight. Or again, you won't always, but in the general scheme, 90% of the time this will apply. You know, in this case, oh, it's only 1v1. But here, the way people know when they're strong or scared is there's an invisible line um on your character model, right? Anytime you click, in this case the line's like this because you're facing this way. If you were facing downwards, the line would be like this. But you're facing left to right, so the line's like this. Anytime you click forward, this is called a forward click. This is right. Anytime you click backwards, it's a backwards click. Here, this is a backwards click. Clicks show your subconscious because your mouse is a representation of your brain. Backwards clicks means non-confident, scared, worried, losing, etc. Forward clicks means confident, winning, um, proactive, blah blah blah. So here it's obvious from your clicks that you're terrified or you think this is a losing fight, right?
Yeah.
Which again, it's gonna take time to know the difference, and hopefully these fundamental rules on when you're usually stronger or weaker will help to get you to that point, you know. But in this case, you should not have to be scared of him. Make sense?
Yes.
Full clear up. We got dragon. I think here. Now we'll play the same game. I know it might be boring, but that's how League is. Now, who's stronger or weaker for this Herald fight?
Uh,
Let's go.
I think I'm. I think I was feeling pretty strong in this.
Mm-hmm,
I was just trying to wait out for Zoe to rotate.
mm-hmm. Now let's go back to the tier list I've been talking about. Um, the first is numbers. Do they have number advantage? Or
Technically, they do
yes, right?
because
Because
the knock is on the Herald.
not that like because like if we do this Herald fight, this it's gonna drag out. Like we're not gonna this fight doesn't last. This is gonna be to walk in. This guy walks back. Like it's gonna be a 2v3.
Once that
Is what I'm saying,
rotates.
right?
Yeah.
Because their top lane can come, our top lane cannot
Right.
come. He's dead. So in the grand scheme of things, if we take this fight and Set walks down, this will be a 2v3. So in this case, I just and you have no smite, so even smite it away, and you have a huge item in base. Like item is 950. So might I just give this whatever you can have it, bro? I'm gonna do raptors. I'm gonna do krugs. I'm a base. I'll buy my second item, and now I'll do whatever I want. By then, then I'm even numbered. By then, Kale's alive, and no one else is dead. So I'm not saying this is a losing fight, I mean, it's actually winning because this guy literally just ran in and died. I don't know what Nocturne's doing, but I think traditionally, if Nocturne doesn't run in and die, starts walking down, this is it's not that this is a losing fight because even though you are down numbers, you are way stronger than the opponent. Is more like the way I like to word this is, let's say this fight's a 60-40. What does that mean? You play this fight 100 times, you win it 60 times, you win it 40 times. That's actually pretty good odds, right? I just think
Right.
if you base and you take a even number fight, meaning 2v2s, 3v3s, 4v4s, 1v1s, and you spend your money and you have the second item completed, every fight's going to be 80-20, 90-10, 75-35, where it's just better odds. So if you have the prospect of better odds in the horizon, I'd rather take those and flip it right now. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously the fight worked, but you get the idea.
No, I totally, because like I think, because like I'm only platinum right now, and I know that's not really high, but like I feel like
No,
if
that's
this
chill.
was higher elo, I think the set would have rotated, and I probably would have lost the fight.
Mhm. No, I agree. But it's not it's all about learning. But don't feel bad about plat. Plat's not that bad. Boom, first died.
I yeah.
Okay. Herald bot. This is a 2v2, so this should go well. Yeah, I mean it's winning. Because again, it's even numbers, so it's 2v2, and so there's no way you'll lose it unless something like terribly goes wrong. Get our money. Kill this guy.
But I'm like always in games like this where I'll have like 80% of the kills, and then I feel like I end up losing the game because I feel like I have to do too much.
Yeah, and that's just climbing in league. A lot of times people have a misconception that you just have to play better than your opponent to win. Like, oh, I'm playing better than the enemy jungler, so I deserve to win. But that's not actually true. Even though that logically makes sense. So as long as I consistently play better than my opponent, I should win. To consistently climb, that's true if you're playing 10,000 games a season. Because then, if you're constantly playing better than the opponent, then you'll slime out like having a 51% win rate, which doesn't sound very high. It's only one above 50%, but if you play 10,000 games, having a 51% win rate means you're over 100 games positive, right? Which means you're obviously climbing. Um, but so only in like the super super long run does just being consistently better than your opponent make you climb. If you're want 100 games, 200 games, and climb a lot, you can't just play better better than your opponent. You gotta be playing better than your opponent, plus like doing crazy shit on the map, like winning 2v3s, not just being strong, like slightly stronger than the opponent, but being like 3 levels up, 4 levels up, 5 levels up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah,
I've literally got to platinum just doing like what Perry says and just like full clearing and just trying to out level.
yeah. I mean that works all the way to like masters. A lot of times people even at the highest level, people you don't have to outplay your opponent to win games. You just need to not lose like the game to yourself. And a lot of times people just int like just a lot of times people just like skip camps, right? And if you don't skip your camps and they do, that means you're just going to spawn to the game 10 minutes in and just have a 2 level lead, you know? And what does a 2 level lead mean? That just means you're stronger than your opponent, you do more damage, you're tankier, blah blah blah. Let's watch this fight again. I actually think you played this fight decently well. I just think it was that was a unfortunate interaction. You got 2 man ult, but as you ulted, set ulted, so it should have been 2 man, but it only counted as one. Um, and then I think Kale is like 10 seconds away from her ult, so that's kind of unfortunate. And then they just had the cavalry come. So like, even though this is not a good fight, I am not like mad at you because like this fight logically made sense at the start of the fight. You had number advantage. There's three of you, two of them. You don't have that much. You're not sitting on a lot of money. You have your ult up. Your full HP. The fight makes complete sense. I want you to press tab here. I want one more piece of information. The only thing about this fight that does make sense is the fact. So the rule one of League. I know you're new, so this is nice because you get to learn rules that I learned over a decade ago. Rule one of Jungle. Rule one, literally rule one. There's nothing above this. Is play for winning lanes, ignore losing ones. That's literally the first rule any jungle main learns. So what does that mean? Play with my Zoe. 2 items. I mean, he's up 30 CS, 5 kills, 1 kill, right? level 14, level 12. He's up 2 levels. He's up 50 CS. Blah blah. Um, Top lane, it's level 14, level 15. Um, this is also if you KDA is not always the best example of strength, but it's not a bad one either. And if you look at KDA 7 3 2 4 1 4 4 3, if we look at this 0 6 5 1. So Kale 1 3. So by far Kale's the weakest member on our team. Our strongest member is Zoe, then Thresh, then Kale. That's the order, right? 1 2 3. If we look at the enemy team, it's strongest 1 2 3 4. So that's 1 2 3 4. I'll do numbers easy. 1 2 3 1. Sorry, 1 2 3 4. League is all about playing with your ones and your twos and avoiding their ones. So it's about playing with your strongest members, avoiding their strongest members. So in this case, the reason why the top fight, you may be like, why did the top fight go bad? It was a 2v3. It's because you're playing with your weakest member, so he's not actually doesn't actually count as a full guy. He counts as like a 0.5, and this guy
Right.
counts as a 1.5. You count as a 2, but you get the point, right?
Yeah.
So League's all about playing with my strong members and avoiding my weak ones, and focusing their weak members and avoiding their strong ones. In this case, we just fought their strongest guy with our weakest guy. That's why this didn't go that well. Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And now, look, now we fought this set in the exact same way, but now we're fighting with Zoe, and this looks way different picture, right?
It was a lot easier. I feel like this game was literally just me and Zoe versus the entire team plus a couple of our teammates.
Yep. That's why I don't know if you saw the Rengar VOD earlier today, but I was literally yelling at him like, "Yo, bro, like you think Zaheen's your strongest guy, so why are you not fighting with Zaheen on mid, right?" Um, so
Yeah,
that's about it.
I've been. This is my second session, and when you do all the group sessions, I watch all the coachings you give to other people because even like the masters player, like I I could there's a lot of value in there, but it's just because there's so much better players than I am.
Yeah, I mean, you can always. I mean, even if someone's lower ranked than you, you can still always learn from a lot. You'll find that from all the way from bronze to challenger, a lot of times people make the exact same mistakes. The only difference is how often they make it and the severity of it. But like, I mean, I
Oh,
coach.
that's fair.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's the same thing. Like I coach pro players all the time who they don't look at their map enough, and I coach a bronze player, and he's also not looking at his map enough. It's the same problems exist. It's just again, it's the severity of it. Yeah, I want to skip to these late game fights. So here we go. Ult,
I
ult,
think
ult. Yeah, you
I threw
succeeded.
here.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is probably a game where you need merc treads instead of Sworks because you just can't even fucking move, right?
Yeah,
Serafini, Brandstone, Set E, Nocturne, Fear, just so much bullshit. I think I
I've
actually.
been
Say again?
I've been struggling on boot purchasing, like not really like I feel like that's my weakest itemization.
Oh, yeah. Boots are not too complicated. If they're full AD, go tab eyes. If they're full if they're full magic, go MR. If they're neither, then it's like they have a lot of CC. And if they don't have that much CC, they're not full armor, they're not full AP, then you could just go Sworks. You know.
Okay.
Obviously it changes. It's still that's not like the black and white. There's still other exceptions too, but that's like decent one to live by. Watch this fight again.
You have to get Zonia's fourth, no?
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. I
Uh,
think Shadow
yeah,
Flame Shadow Flame should really only be built like first 3 items. It never. It's I think after 3, it's never really built fourth. Because it has Magic Pen, Magic.
I
So
think
you want it's more of an early game item.
the reason why I went Leandri's fourth was because I felt like Set was going to be a problem, and I needed something to like burst him down since he was a little bit more tankier. But I agree that Zonia's probably would have helped me a lot because of the like the brand and stuff like that,
Mm.
or even just helping myself wait for cooldowns.
Yeah, it's honestly as long as you're not building like an egregiously bad item, it's not that like as long as it's better. But I don't think it's like it's how you play the fights is gonna be more important. Don't worry.
I've been using low analytics a lot for my builds,
Yeah,
and
that's
I've
that's
just kind of been
that's solid.
stamping it, whatever I saw, whatever people
Yeah,
build.
that's
Like
like if you're new to the game, then you should be worrying about way more important things than that. Like I think just copying low licks is completely fine, and then you'll pick up like some min maxes or optimizations along the way. That's a solid game. I think again, I think I said is like really basic stuff that's like super normal for like a new player to not know or mess up. So definitely don't feel bad. I think this is a really solid game. Um, and some of it just I think knowing your limits, playing more aggressively, right? I see